Chapter 55. Kicking someone's head while walking at night. Zhang Ji, don't think that you're superior just because you're a ranked apothecary. You'd better not go overboard. I don't want to beat you up in front of so many people. Sakong Ya's eyes were filled with murderous intent. A ball of jade-colored light rose from his hands, and he looked like he was about to attack at any moment. You're just relying on your cultivation level being higher than mine. Zhang Ji let go of Song Jia and reluctantly went to check on the wounded. Song Jia awkwardly stepped back and stood with Big Smart, who had no presence in the room. Sensing that the palm print on the woman's face had disappeared, Song Ji fell into deep thought. Could it be that because he had beaten this woman up, she started sleeping with others stronger than him in a fit of anger? Then he could only say one word. Respect. Adong returned the token to Chen Yiling and said to Song Ji, "Brother, what do you want to exchange for?" Perhaps he sensed that Sakongya had taken a liking to Song Ji. He was rather polite. He knew how to conduct himself better than Zhang Ji. "Can I exchange this light body technique?" Song Ji chose a low-level spell. This spell could summon a breeze to allow him to fly for a short period of time, which piqued his interest. Your reward for this mission is 500 contribution points. Coupled with what Commander Sakong gave you, it's just enough. Adong drew a few strokes on the booklet. "All right, you can take it tonight. Thank you for your effort." Song Ji gave Big Smart a look and the two of them walked to the side. "Let's go back to the Song family to cultivate." Sakongya looked over. "Who asked you to leave? Take this identity token. Liang Wan. Arrange rooms for them to stay in." Song Ji received the black token in shock. He was given an official identity so quickly. He was not mentally prepared. The rogue cultivators at the side revealed looks of envy and confusion. This person didn't seem to have much ability, so why was he so favored? Song Jia's expression was complicated. This guy had actually really obtained the attention of the Demon Slayers division and even had an identity token. She had misunderstood the other party previously. No wonder she was beaten up. What's the point of keeping such trash in the Demon Slayers division? Isn't it just a waste of food? Zhang Ji, who was treating someone's wound, looked up in disdain. "I really shouldn't have come here. I, a dignified apothecary, became a Dobshasterist tea doctor." Song Ji suddenly felt that this guy was the same kind of person as Song Jia. They both had foul mouths. "If you don't want to, you can scram any time." Sakong Ya's expression was cold as he scolded Zhang Ji back. He continued to say to Song Ji, "Special circumstances will mean that you will not be handled the ordinary way. Take your identity token first. In the future, when you have time, you can officially go through the procedure and register." "Fine." Song Ji did not say anything. At most, he would defect in the future. After all, he had never experienced being hunted down yet. He brought Big Smart to follow the middle-aged woman called Liang Wan. While Big Smart was studying the blood axe, he also took out his storage bag. "How do I open this?" After sizing it up, Song Ji hurriedly flipped through the Encyclopedia of Cultivation Foundations and searched for strategies on the spot. A few minutes later, everything in the storage bag was taken out. Other than a pile of miscellaneous items, the most valuable things were for medicine bottles. More than 100 square jade stones glowing with a faint will-o-wisp, 3 talismans, 2 jade slips and a blood-colored wordless token. These jade stones must be spirit stones. These are talismans. I don't recognize them. I should continue studying the encyclopedia. Through comparing everything to the Encyclopedia of Cultivation Basics, Song Ji eventually recognized everything from this fellow. Among the 4 medicine bottles were the Qi boosting pill, the Qi recovery pill, the body tempering liquid, and the fasting pill. The 3 talismans were all Vajra talismans. Inside the jade slip were 2 cultivation techniques. One was the blood fury skill and the other was the golden body incantation. The former was an evil cultivation technique. A brief read revealed that it required constant bloodshed to advance quickly. It might have something to do with Tonghu being chased out of the sect. The latter was a body tempering technique of the Vajra sect. Its cultivation speed was very slow, but its advantage was that it had a solid foundation. The blood fury technique will affect one's mind. It's better not to cultivate it. I can consider the golden body technique. Song Ji tittied up the pile of things and put them back into his storage bag, hiding them in his arms. He opened the system again. Other than a lucky draw and 46 free stats, there was nothing else to do. After some consideration, he chose to add all his freedom attribute points to comprehension. This was an attribute that was very difficult to increase greatly through cultivation at the moment. Whereas his physique and spirit could clearly increase with cultivation, he also had to cultivate many cultivation techniques and spells. His powerful comprehension ensured that it would not take him long to learn them. Swoosh! Thegazi and Sanchi's eyes became even more profound. His comprehension increased from 50 points to 96 points in one go, almost doubling. There was a rumble in his mind, and the sound of the great Tao faintly appeared in his ears. Sanchi seemed to have become one with the world, completely fusing into this space. The various cultivation techniques in his memory changed as if they had been digested and further integrated into his mind. Even the golden body incantation that he had just seen seemed to have been simulated, and he had quickly grasped the trick. Sanchi's eyes flickered, and he felt that his enlightened state of mind was getting deeper and deeper. He looked at the system interface: race, human, spirit, 135, physique, 165, comprehension, 96, talent, mid-grade fire spirit root, innate divine strength, Da heart illumination, invincible Vajra, ability, iron sand palm perfection, Prina art perfection, Yang refinement technique 7th level, unfettered hand minor accomplishment, phantom image step great mastery, 9 Yang divine technique 2nd level, array formation beginner 24, fireball technique beginner, energy, 9 Yang true energy 370, freedom attribute points, 0, lottery chance, 1. At this point, he clicked on the lottery. Ding! Congratulations on drawing the true Yang chainmail. Sanchi shook his head in disappointment. He was really unlucky to have drawn something that would affect his courting of death. He went next door and knocked. Big Smart hurriedly came out. Young master, what can I do for you? Sanchi took out the true Yang chainmail from the system. When he raised his hand, a dark red chainmail appeared in his hand. He threw it to Big Smart. I'll let you wear this useless thing. If necessary, help me block any attacks for the old man and the others. The chainmail made Big Smart's hand sink. He knew at a glance that it was precious. He wanted to say something, but Sanchi had already turned around and gone back. Young master, you're too good to me. Big Smart's eyes were filled with tears. Don't worry, I'll definitely protect the old man and the others. After the lottery draw was over, Sanchi took out the remaining for chi-enhancing pills that Liu Ruxu had given him and swallowed them in one go. He cultivated until it was dark and his cultivation strength had become much deeper. His 7th level of the Yang refinement technique had reached the intermediate level. Time to get the light body technique. Sanchi estimated the time and pushed the door open. Big Smart heard the commotion and immediately followed. Their residence was also a large manor. It was distributed in a C+1 pattern and the gathering point was at the front door. After 2 aisles, at the corner, they encountered a pale man. On a closer look, it was Chen Ming, who had been injured and unconscious during the day. Sanchi greeted, "Brother Chen, you could get out of bed so quickly." The latter looked at him coldly, nodded slightly, and left. Why does this guy seem like he has become someone else? He gives me a creepy feeling. Sanchi found it strange but did not think too much about it. After taking a few steps, he suddenly kicked something in the middle of the path. He looked down and saw a head rolling about. It looked a little familiar. Sanchi's scalp went numb. He realized that this head was the decapitated head of the guy that Sakongya had carried during the day, who seemed to be called Tuobo or something. What the hell? Wasn't this head put in a box? Who took it out and threw it around? Sanchi cursed inwardly. Big Smart said nervously, "Young master, you kicked someone's head while walking around at night. Is this an ominous sign?"